Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Rise to Everything 2.0. I am your host. My name is Arthur. Today, let's start with a blessed day. And we're going to start with a prayer. And we're going to do it like right now. So, first of all, I want to ask for a lot of prayers out there. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the music, and I want to give out a prayer out for my mother-in-law that's in the hospital right now. Um, she's not doing too well, so I want to take this time in my podcast to ask for prayers from everybody, from my mother-in-law. Um, she is in a situation of dialysis of her last stages of close to 13, 14 years of dialysis. And the last couple of years of those years have been a blessing because a lot of patients usually don't last that long in that time. So I want to first tell God thank you for our great memories together. Thank you for the happiness and the goofy stuff that we did together. Thank you for my mother-in-law for always, saying that I'm like one of her sons. I appreciate that. She's my second mom, and all I got to do right now today is ask Jesus and God to keep her comfortable, to keep her safe, and to make sure that myself and my wife, we give her everything that she needs in the time that she has left, according to what Jesus wants. Because Jesus is the one that makes the determination on this case. But our job is going to be to her to be comfortable and to be able to give her everything she needs in the comfort for her to be happy. That is the mission between me. It starts with my wife, and then I'm always going to give her support to be able to do this for my mother-in-law. So prayers go out to my mother-in-law in the hospital, for you to come back to some comfort zone. But with you, we understand this is part of the process. But Jesus, I'm asking you, to my wife to be strong, to everybody to be strong, and focus on the positive stuff and the positive memories, and continue to strive to keep things in the time that you've given us. I also want to thank you, God, for another blessed day that I wake up, a beautiful day. I also want to thank you, God, for um, my mother, also sister, family, and kids, my grandkids, my kids in general. And I also want to pray for times that are difficult that we have, and our children are going through some difficult times. And when they are, please God, keep them in your prayers, and to make sure they can navigate this to a positive place and for things to be better for them. All right. And I pray for my family, and I continue to pray for Jamaica and for all those people in needs out there. Jesus, you are the only one in this world that can make things happen. My trust is on you. My belief is in you, and my faith is in you. When it comes to my health or comes to other health, I'm always praying. I'm always staying impatient sometimes. But your time is your time. When your time is right. And then I have to continue to believe in the faith and stop being impatient. That whatever plan you have is the right plan. So, God, I just want to take the time to tell you thank you for another day in life, and thank you for the blessings that you've given us, and keep my mother-in-law in your prayers. Okay? So, we're going to jump right into this today, and what the show is all about today. And one thing I can tell you is the topic today for this show is choose to be great. And what that means, choose to be great, is that you have a choice in life how you want it to be. And you also have to be able, it starts with you on how you want to be great. You see, we wake up every morning with a choice to be able to dictate our day, how it's going to happen, and dictate how positive your energy is going to be. Now, how do you do that? Well, it starts with the mindset, right? It starts in the belief in how you feel deep inside in your heart, right? It starts by you saying being grateful, right? It's being grateful for everything that you have in your life. Be grateful for your family, your friends, for the fact that you have a roof over your head. It starts with that type of greatness of being thankful and staying humble and understanding that part of your life is to appreciate everything that goes on in your life. You see, every day that we wake up every morning, as you see, every day is not the same. We're going to have some days that are good and we're going to have some days that are bad. But what we choose, the one choice that we do have is that we choose to make it great. And the way to make it great is by believing that you're going to make it great over everything that's going on. And what do I mean by that? If you wake up with a positive attitude, even when things are so rough, okay, you will be fine. Things always find a way of fixing themselves, or they will put themselves in certain places, and then everything will be fine. You see, last week's podcast was about trusting the process. That's correct. You have to trust the process, that everything will get to the point that it will be great. Now, does the word great mean that it's going to be perfect? Absolutely not, because there's nothing perfect in this world. But if you project in your mindset, right, greatness, that things will be great, if you project that you're going to accomplish something or you're going to be able to do something, it will happen. You just have to believe in it and still continue to think about that belief and the things that are about to happen. Now, I can tell you one thing. It's not easy to do. Waking up every morning and some pains and your neck hurts, your chest hurts, and everything else hurts, and you want to wake up with this negative attitude about, oh, this hurts and that. But how about focusing on the greatness part of it? You got to wake up this morning. You got to breathe another day. You got to go outside and see the sun, right? See your loved ones, see your pets, your and talk to your loved ones. You were able to do that. That's greatness that comes from above. That's Jesus that makes the decision every day when you wake up, if you're going to or not. That deserves a thank you every morning. It deserves a thank you on a daily basis. It deserves a thank you when things are going well or when they're going bad. Because if I wake up every morning when I'm feeling achy or my body's not right, and I wake up with that type of attitude about how things are feeling, how I'm feeling, then what I'm doing is I'm like, okay, but what about the rest? What about the other stuff that overweighs everything? So it's tough to do. It takes work, but you have to put your mind to it to be able to do that. You see, it's a belief. You got to stay with it, believe it, be consistent with it, and that's how you become great. It's just one of those things that is so important, and sometimes people lose the sight of it. You know what I mean? You see, I believe in my mindset, as many things that happen in life, is that I believe my wife is great. And for a person that does what she does, and the weight that she carries, and the stuff that she does, to help with her mom, and take care of me, and take care of the stuff that she does, and her family, and the concern that she has about her family and her kids and everything else. It's a lot of weight. And I take off my hat out to her, and all I can do is be the supporting cast that I can and be the best I can. But she knows how to navigate that through faith and belief, which is a very tough thing to do. So in my eyes, she's great because of the type of person she is. I'm always going to have her back. I love her no matter what. Like she says, we're going to be together 100 years, through thick and thin. And one of the things that I like people to understand when it comes to a relationship, you have to change, and you have to commit yourself to that change, and you have to commit yourself to be great. Okay? It's a choice. And you have to commit yourself to say, you know what? I have respect for this person. I love this person. I will give my life for this person. And if they need my back, I'm going to always have their back 100%. And that person, if they're built a certain way, they're going to be the same way. You see, I'm being very honest. I wasn't always the person that I am today. It took years and years for me to be a different person. And when I met my wife, I made a lot of changes. I had a lot of patience. I used to get upset about every little thing. And she teach me to show that why waste energy on negativity? Why waste energy of being upset about something that is only going to last for a couple seconds? And then you're going to get upset about it, but it's not going to change what happened. You see, when things good or bad happen, it's an emotional thing that we experience, right? If we're happy, we emotionally are happy, our heart is feeling good, our body's feeling good, and nothing's, is better than being happy, right? But then, of course, when we're sad, we just seem to let go of everything else and just let things go down, which is another emotional. But no matter how we feel and how we go down or how we feel about everything, it doesn't change what went wrong. It doesn't change what went right. But at the end of the day, what really matters is that you have to continue to always make a great effort to stay grounded. That's the key, is to stay grounded. You see, we all going to have bad things happen in our lives. We're all going to have good things happen in our lives. But the key is to stay in the middle. Keep it even kill. There always an even kill, always say. And why is that? Because it creates a balance. That no matter how low you are or how high you are, you're going to be fine. Life throws a lot of things at us, a lot of curves and things that happen to us. And we don't understand why things are happening to us. We don't understand why things happen to our loved ones, our children. And we don't understand why these things happen. And we don't understand it sometimes when there's changes from our families and things that happen. But they happen. But what we have to do is take the time and pray and have faith in Jesus, that Jesus will make things right. I tell people to pray all the time, but they don't take it serious. They go, okay, fine, I will. But they don't take the time to pray on it, to pray for things to be better. The power of prayer is something so powerful. It's a choice. You want to be a great person? You want to be the best version of yourself? Pray. Pray on it. Trust Jesus on it. When things are going bad for one of your kids or they're going through something, we feel the same pain they do. If they're in pain, we're going to feel it because we love them. We're also going to feel the pain of them, significant others, children, whatever is involved. If things are not going the way they're supposed to go, we're going to feel the pain. Not as much as them, but we're going to feel it. So what can we do? We could give them a speech. We can give them advices. But one thing that doesn't change is their feelings, how they feel. They're human like everybody else. if they feel a certain way about each other, there's nothing that nobody could change about it. And then it becomes a change. But the one thing that could change, which each of the partners or whatever issues they're having in their lives, what really could change is that Jesus could do that. Jesus could show the way of two people to find themselves again. It starts with the faith. It starts with the belief and trust of each other and the love that they got at each other. And to see what people have been able to build together as a family. That's how it starts. You see, when you build a family and you have so many years together invested, you got to stay for the right reasons. And I understand that. You really have to you got to stay for the right reasons. It's got to be a mutual respect and everything has to come together. So you have to evaluate, is it worth the investment or is it worth to start a new journey? And those two choices are not easy to make, but those are choices that has to be done. Now, when it comes to life, folks, it really is a choice to be great. It all starts with your mindset. It starts with you projecting you're going to be great and not let anything interfere in that greatness. You see, we take pride in a lot of things when we get to a certain age in our life. When we're children, when we're kids, we play around, we're so innocent. When we get to high school, we want to be great in sports. We want to be great in, certain things. And then when you get married, you want to be great or try to be the best version of yourself as a husband. And then you continue to strive to be better also as a father. And you try to be great as a father. And then goes another topic that you want to be a great grandfather and do the best you can. Or great grandmother, mother, and all that stuff. But we always have challenges on a day-to-day basis when we wake up. We should be setting expectations, set up goals on a day-to-day basis. And what is it that we're going to do to make ourselves better individually, right? What are we going to strive to do today to make this world a better place? And the things that we could do by doing that is sometimes you can get a notepad, sit down and write and say, who can I help today? Or who can I inspire today? Or what kind of word of wisdom can I give it to somebody to help them out? To them to be looked at the life clearly, or what they're doing right or what they're doing wrong. You see, change starts with you. You being great, nobody has to tell you that you're great. You have to believe and choose that you're great. If you do that every day and you wake up with that type of attitude that you're great, you wake up with that attitude that I'm great, there's nothing nobody can do about it, and this is the way it is, nobody can touch you. Everybody has opinions, right? Everybody wants to talk about each other or wants to criticize each other or want to say things about each other back and forth. And your job is to block it. You have to block everything that other people talk about. You have to also block about hearing about what other people want to talk about somebody else. And your mind will be more clear, more productive by not listening to what other people are saying about you or others. I heard that today, that you have to block things out that has nothing to do with you. You're wasting your time, your energy, anxiety, depression based on other people's issues. You got to take care of yourself first. That way you can take care of others. That is so important. You have to handle whatever cards are in your life, the situation that you are right now. You're probably saying, why am I in this situation? Why things keep happening the way they're happening? And you're saying to yourself, why me? Why me? Why me? Well, I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people in this world can say, why me? Why did this happen? And why did things happen the way they do? There was an incident that happened recently, a couple weeks ago of a father and a daughter. They were in a private jet and they were heading to Jamaica to help the family in Jamaica on all the needs that they needed. That plane did not make it. It crashed and they both died. Now, you tell me, was that death in vain? Or was it a loss? I don't think so. I think their love and their compassion of them going to go over there will definitely be something that Jesus and God will look at that. And they will be waiting for them right at the gates of heaven for thanking them for being the type of people they were. Their memory will definitely be treasured. And I'm going to tell you something. That was amazing that they were going over there to do what they needed to do. And sometimes you're thinking, well, why did that happen? They were doing the right thing. They were being good people. They were being great. They chose to be great. So why were their lives taken away? Well, sometimes you say, well, there's no explanation for that. And you're right, sometimes there is no explanation for that. But Jesus, whatever plan he had, he felt that there was time for them to come to him. And that goes with all of us. Whenever he makes that choice for us to go to him, then that choice will happen. It's not a sin or it's not like a bad thing. There will be a lot of people sad when you leave this world and things that could happen. Leaving this world is sad, but believing in him is that you're going to a good place. And you're going to see him. Your job is to live right, to have a great life, and do things right. That way you could be on that journey to be with Jesus and God. So, folks, very powerful to choose to be great was the topic today, but it's very powerful that I wanted to start with this because it's a choice. And I want people to really get a message out there. I want you to get the message out there very clearly that it's your choice to be great. You have to really concentrate and put your commitment to it. So for those of you that tune in now or missed the part in the beginning, you might want to go back from the beginning when the podcast is over, but I want you guys to get the message very clearly and to understand that it's your choice. Okay? Forget about what's going on a day-to-day basis. Forget about what's this person's doing, all that. That's how you're going to get rid of part of your anxiety, your depression. And folks, like I said before, you got to choose to be great. So I'm going to jump in right now into sports. Some people will care about sports and some don't, but I'm going to jump right into the Miami Heat. Man, they're doing a fabulous job. Almost scored 143 points the other day, beating the Bulls almost by 30-something points. In Chicago, man, there they are, man. The Heat right there. That's my team, okay? So they're playing today the L.A. And the Clippers. They're playing the Clippers today, and hopefully they could go out and win that one as well. So they're 3-1 in the tournament right now, 3-1. They continue going. They might go all the way and play in the championship team for the tournament. So let's go Miami Heat. The Hurricanes beat Virginia Tech, and they continue to be 9-2. And like I said, they're trying to to survive the season. They started really good, and they got the 2 losses. Number 13 in the nation. So hopefully the Hurricanes can get their act together. Panthers are doing extremely well. They're leading in their division, and they're playing good hockey, but they're the same championship team for the 2 years in a row. They've been keeping the team together, very smart. And be careful, they might three-peat because I'm telling you, man, when it comes to the Panthers, they don't play. And the Miami Dolphins, they beat Washington last Sunday when it came to the whole Madrid thing. And they got a bye this week. And next week, let's see how they do. And hopefully they win another one and have 3 in a row. So can they make a wild card? I don't know. We'll have to see. We will really have to see what's going on. So let's jump into politics. So right now, we got Donald Trump trying to put some kind of a peace treaty together for Ukraine and Russia. And it looks like Russia has the best deal when you look at the list. When it comes to territory, picking up territory, want to reduce the army size of Ukraine, and wants Ukraine not to be part of the NATO team. It doesn't want, in other words, he wants to leave Ukraine with nothing. That way they're weak, that if he needs to strike, he's got them. I just don't think that's a good deal what's going on, and they said they will cease fire if this deal's met. I don't know what's going on, man. They don't seem to get it together. It's a mess. And the more Trump gets involved, it's more of a mess. And I have no hope how this thing is going out. So, folks, let's go ahead and pray for these two countries to be able to come together and come to a peace make, because there's a lot of people dying here. Thousands of people are dying, children, women, men, and a lot of people are just dying, and it just doesn't make sense. So let's pray and help to Jesus, God, that he's the only one that can make the peace. He's the peacemaker. He's the one that can make things happen. So hopefully, something can happen, and we definitely can put an end to this, because it's just crazy, the stuff that's going on, and we need to have more peace in this world. We really do. So I'm going to go back and jump to faith. Folks, we could talk about faith until we turn blue. But the faith is all we have. We have to have faith. We have to believe in it. Faith, believe in the cross, believe in Jesus, and trust me. Those are the things that makes us strong on times that are bad, on times that we have anxiety, and times that we have depression or stress. You have to have faith that Jesus will take the wheel and take care of everything. But you have to trust the process. Okay? And like I said today, I want to also say to everybody out there that don't get caught up in gossip and things that are going up there. Stay focused in you. So let's jump in right now and write R2E words of the day. My R2E words of the day is treasure your time with your family. Treasure your time with your family. Treasure the memories. Make sure you tell them how great they are. Tell them you love them. Try to spend time with them. Because once they're gone, they're gone. So you have to be able to treasure the time with your family. And especially when they're in a situation that it's very difficult, you have to spend as much time. Some people don't respect that. There's siblings and kids that don't respect the value of spending time with a loved one when they're ill, a mother or a father or whoever in the family. They don't treasure it. They're so blinded by their ambition, and they're so blinded by other people and significant others in their family. They're so blinded on everything else that they don't see the most important thing in their life is to be there every minute, every second for the person that brought them to this world. I always say it, and I'll say it every segment that I talk about it. There will be a judgment day. And I hope you're ready to be able to pay for that sin. Because somebody that dishonors their parent, mother, father, it's a big sin. Jesus does not gonna like that at all in any kind of situation. So, like I said, treasure your time. Our 2E words of the day, treasure your time with your loved ones. Okay? And all I can tell you right now at this point, we're going to go ahead and close everything out. Okay? And believe in your day. And also, as always, rise to everything you do. Elevate your game. Have a blessed day. Love you guys. Peace.